Hey everyone, my name is Mangana Delgi. I'm going to talk with you guys today a little bit about the double mind, which we addressed in class, and specifically in reference to religious differences. It's Christianity Focus Week here at Seinan, so I feel like it's very timely. In my home, my personal experience, my mom is a Christian. My father was a member of the Baha'i faith. He was from Iran in the Middle East, and so the Baha'i faith, not a lot of people have heard about it, but it's a faith that prioritizes equality and understanding, and is very harmonious with other religious practices in the same home, contrary to a lot of other religions that don't always allow for other room for other religious practices. So their relationship worked together well with two different religions in the home, and so even though personally my faith is Christian, I'm a Christian, I still only ever really knew a life of having both present in the home, and so that has colored the way that I think about religion and how it affects people on an individual level and in the familial sense as well. So in contrast, I want to examine a little bit the way that Japanese religion is. I haven't studied enough of it to say that I'm a pro by any means, but I think it's very interesting how what is often prioritized is less about belief and more about traditional practice, less about how much you do a certain thing or how often you go to your designated meeting place, and more about doing things to serve the society as a whole or to serve tradition as a practice overall. I enjoy the idea of the harmony and unification of it all. So religion in that case can serve a purpose for the group, or it can serve a purpose for the individual. It does both really at the same time, and I think that that's something very interesting and complex about how religion works for people. I think the same can be said for other religions too that aren't necessarily polytheistic, but if your understanding of them and how you practice them every day is less about how often you do things and your diligence in going someplace every week or doing the right things a certain way, and your focus is more on individual growth of your own person, or doing things for the family unit or for the society unit overall, if you want to prioritize how you can make your country or the world overall a better place. Those complexities all contribute to this idea of the double mind. And I think another important thing to understand and be critical about is that all these things can be present in the same place, and they don't necessarily negate one another. So like in my home, for example, I had both religions present, and I never at any point felt like too much was being forced on me or like one erased the other. Both were present, and I think that the same parallel is true for a lot of Japanese homes with the presence of Shintoism and Buddhism practices. So I've identified a lot learning more about that while I've been here, and I think it's really interesting to examine those differences and distinctions overall. So thank you so much.